Let's call. See, you know, if it's, do you know what time? Do you know if he's maybe he's out of the hospital or not? Have we heard? 446 431.
I can't plug her son.
Yeah, that's Carl. Okay. He joined by phone.
Yeah, I'm here, but I can't get on the internet.
Okay.
I'm on the phone, and Dave Rui's here with me as well.
All right, thank you.
There you go, Mayor.
Yes, sir.
I call the Public Works Committee meeting for Tuesday, January 12th, 2021 to order. Roll call, please.
Alderman Rick Strebe,
Here.
Bob Iverson,
Here.
Mike O'Kane,
He's here. He's on.
Alderman O'Kane,
We can't hear you.
And turn it back on, but it doesn't come off.
Sherry Pickering,
Here.
Aaron Troya,
Present.
Robert Williams,
Present.
Chairman Mike Poor,
Present.
7 present.
7 present. We do have a quorum. Item number 2 is the approval of the minutes. These will be the corrected minutes from the November 10th, 2020 meeting, and also the minutes from the December 8th, 2020 meeting. There's no questions. Need a motion to approve, please.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Okay, item number 3 is the approve the agenda. There are no deletions from the agenda, so need a motion to approve the agenda, please.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Moved by
Second.
Alderman Pickering, second by Alderman Trolia.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Moving on to item number 4, audience comments. We do have one, and the mayor's going to read it.
This is from Robert Scoveland regarding the Comcast franchise agreement.
Just to be clear, we have no idea because he didn't indicate what actual group he's with or anything like that. He told us to look up his profile on LinkedIn, and we did, and there were several different companies listed there. So just wanted to make that known. Hi, I'd like to hear more about the Comcast franchise agreement that will be discussed tomorrow, hopefully before any vote takes place. I know Comcast has brought high-speed cable internet to our community, but I've seen firsthand the benefits of partnering with local or regional utility agencies to provide internet as a utility with lower pricing. If you review the below links, you can see that Ameren already has plans to build out an internet network as long as the city or county provides the last mile of infrastructure. I'm planning on working with Tim Dudley, head of Vermilion Advantage, on this matter. I've already spoken with him about meeting next week to discuss opportunities economically within Vermilion County. This could be a huge boon locally by drawing entrepreneurs, supporting enterprise-sized companies or regional entities like OSF, Carl on the riverfront, or even the new solar farm that Aqua is set to install this summer. With gig speed internet for users, this would dramatically impact the opportunities we have to compete and grow Danville. I have seen EPB implement this in Chattanooga at rates such as $26.99 for residents, while still maintaining voice and television as options. In an age that is gradually moving to streaming services and cutting the cord, I think it would be unwise to partner on a long-term franchise opportunities with Comcast, as they have poor customer service reputation and high pricing, no loyalty to the customer. Ameren knows the importance of providing commodity-based products, and that's what I'm proposing, a commodity-based yet profitable view on internet as utility, and investing in infrastructure this year or next, pending budgetary capacities, reviewing grants, state education, and other funding as well. We may be able to offset some of those costs of providing the last mile of infrastructure. I'm optimistic the yield from future tax revenue by following Chattanooga's model will see growth in business and population for Danville and Ruin County, perhaps with attracting more university talent and competing in size to Champaign, given a number of the other ideas Tim and I will be discussing. Here's my LinkedIn and the 2 articles, and he provides those.
That's all I have.
Okay, thank you. Moving on to chairman's comments, just like to encourage everyone to pray for our country and the times we're going through, and try and be safe during this COVID epidemic. That's all I have. Moving on to item number 6, we'll be approving the payrolls for the January 8th, 2021 run. Need a motion to put that on the table, please.
Make the motion.
Alderman Straben will second.
Okay, any discussion? Roll call, please.
Alderman O'Kane,
Yes.
Pickering,
Yes.
Troya,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Strebe,
Yes.
Iverson,
Yes.
Poor,
Yes.
7 yes.
7 yes, thank you. Item number 7 is approval of the vouchers payable. We have a special run from January 8th, 2021, and also a run from 1/12/2021. Need a motion to put that on the table, please?
Alderman Straben will make the motion, put it out.
Second.
Okay, questions? Okay, hearing no questions, roll call, please.
Alderman Pickering,
Yes.
Troya,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Strebe,
Yes.
Iverson,
Yes.
O'Kane,
Yes.
Poor,
Yes.
7 yes.
7 yes. Item number 8, we have police. 8A is a resolution authorizing application to the Illinois Department of Transportation Sustained Traffic Enforcement Program STEP grant. Chief Yates called me last week to see if this could be put on Public Works, since it is a time issue getting it in and getting it voted on. So he talked with Chairman McMahon also. So with that, the motion put it on the table.
Alderman Straben put the motion on the table.
Second.
Second.
Okay, Chief Yates.
First of all, I want to thank you for letting me bring it to Public Works. And what this grant is, something we get every year. We put in for it every year, and we usually get it. It will assist us in funds for traffic enforcement and other safety programs. You'll see, like, when we put out an announcement for distracted driving, or we'll put out an announcement for seat belts or other safety issues and concerns that we have with traffic, and we try to pair that with data that we have from traffic crash reports, and then we try to enforce that based off that, understanding that, you know, distracted driving, speeding, and are 2 of the main issues when it comes to traffic crashes, personal injury, as well as property damage. So that grant really helps us. It is usually between $21,000 and $24,000. We get about 180 hours of additional patrol put on the streets, and it's I'm not for sure how much he's putting in for this year. However, it runs from October 1 to into September, and it's through the Illinois Department of Transportation, and we call it the STEP grant, and it's very important and vital to our traffic enforcement endeavors. what this does is it's not assigning officers that are already working. It brings in additional officers to work to where the primary officers still maintain the needs for the community while these officers are specifically assigned to traffic enforcement.
Thank you, Chief. Any questions for Chief Yates? Okay, seeing none, roll call, please.
Alderman Trolia,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Streving,
Yes.
Iverson,
Yes.
O'Kane,
Yes.
Pickering,
Yes.
Ford,
Yes.
7 yes.
7 yes, thank you. Chief, any items of information?
We are swearing in 3 officers on the 20th. And we also hired a civilian employee and administrative assistant. And things are looking good. We'll be back at 100%. And guys are holding their heads up and plugging away.
Okay, thank you very much, Chief.
All right. Thank you for letting me present this.
Chairman, I have a question for the chief.
Yes,
With all the violence that's being predicted for the inauguration, or is Danville being prepared for any situations that might occur?
Yes. I mean, we have contingency plans for any type of illegal activity. I mean, we could revisit this spring and summer with other issues that we had to deal with that we normally wouldn't have had to. And we have a contingency plan for as much as we could possibly think of as far as what our protocols are and how we respond.
Okay, thank you.
okay. Anybody else? Okay. Moving on to item number 9, Public Transportation, Director Beast. We have items of information and monthly report.
Thank you, Chairman. I don't have much, just I'll elaborate on what I have on my update here, in that we did hire our new maintenance and facilities supervisor. His name is Gene McKinley, and he started last Monday, and he really hit the ground running, and he may get some baptism by fire here if we get some snow on Thursday night, because but we had a meeting about that today, and you know that he's a great guy. He's willing to take on anything. He's already made some great suggestions for the department, and you know, I think we were really lucky to find him. We also started our fare collections last Monday, and it's not great, but it's going to be some revenue that we'll be able to report and use to save some of our other funding. So good to have money coming in every day again. That's all I have.
Okay, any questions for Director Beast? Okay, thank you, Lisa.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, moving on to item number 10, Public Works, Director Carpenter. We have 10A, a resolution authorizing a franchise agreement with Comcast of Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, LLC. Need a motion to put that on the table, please.
Alderman Strebe make the motion.
Second.
Questions? This is a pretty normal 10-year agreement, Mayor, is that correct?
Yeah, sometimes in the past, Chairman, they've had them much longer, like 20 years, but we decided to go with kind of the middle of the range in case things might change over the next decade. But this does not prevent other entities such as what Mr. Skogman wrote about earlier from using our community either. So it's not an exclusive agreement.
Vice Mayor Iverson.
Just answered my question. This is not an exclusive, right? So other people, because I know there's other internet people now, not just Comcast. So other people, other services can come in and provide something if they're able.
That's correct. And we do have other existing services such as AT&T, right, as well as Dish Network, and what's the other one? There's one other one as well.
Yeah.
I think it used to be New Wave. I don't know what it's called now.
Any other questions?
I had a question. Yeah, okay, so this one we get 5% back. What do we get with the other internet companies?
This isn't for internet, this is for cable.
Okay.
And we actually don't get anything for internet.
Okay, or do we have another, is there any other cable companies or not?
No, there aren't.
Okay, so internet, that's why we don't have an agreement with the other people, because internet, we don't get anything then.
That's correct.
Okay, I was not aware of that. Okay.
This brings in, I think the budget projects 315,000 this coming year.
Yes, that's correct, Chairman.
Okay, Alderman Trolley, you have any other?
Oh, no, I just didn't forget to put my hand down. No, I'm good.
Okay, roll call, please.
Alderman Williams,
Yes.
Strebe,
Yes.
Iverson,
Yes.
O'Kane,
Yes.
Pickering,
Yes.
Troya,
Yes.
Ford,
Yes,
7 yes.
7 yes, thank you. 10B is a resolution authorizing a budget amendment in Harrison Park Fund number 400. Need a motion to put that on the table, please?
Alderman Strebe, I'll make the motion.
Second.
Okay, questions? Carl, you have anything?
Yeah, I will. Yeah, just to let everybody know, we've created this line item because the revenues that he's getting from the credit card fee has been put into other revenues line item, and it really needs to go into a line item that says credit card company fee, and then in turn we're going to transfer it to the reimbursed processing fees because that line item is really low. This point of sale that he pitched to you guys last year did not go off like it was supposed to. I guess he's had some issues with it. We did call the company ourselves one time together and didn't resolve anything in that. They seem to be a bit wishy-washy, so I'm sure Brock's going to come up with another solution here real soon to get a better company in there. But that's what this budget amendment is for.
Okay, any questions for Carl? Okay, roll call, please.
Alderman Strebe,
Yes.
Iverson,
Yes.
O'Kane,
Yes.
Pickering,
Yes.
Troya,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Ford,
Yes,
7 yes.
7 yes, thank you. 10C is a resolution approving an amendment of agreement for engineering services for realignment and improvements to West Williams from Robinson to Logan, and authorizing a budget amendment in the motor fuel tax fund number 103. Need a motion to put that on the table, please?
Alderman Strebe, make the motion.
Second.
Any questions, or who wants to take that? Sam or?
That should be Sam.
Do you want me to give an overview, or just if there's questions, I'm happy to
Yeah, if there's
respond.
questions for the engineer.
Alderman Strebe, I've got a question.
Okay,
On everything we've seen here, the new line that's going to go through the storage facility, the storage area for the lumber company. Have we got anything worked out with them yet?
So I've had a couple meetings with them, just kind of discussing preliminary items. Essentially, we'll have all the land acquisitions done other than theirs. And based on our discussion so far, I don't see a reason that we're not going to be able to work something out. So we're basically planning to just relocate their storage facility slightly further to the north to some, recently acquired land.
Well, I would just, I understand probably why you're doing all this, but it'd be nice if you really actually knew what they, were agreeing to before we have the vote next week.
That one would come to you later. The Kirch, anything involving, that facility would come to you later, I guess.
Oh, okay.
That's not part of that. That would be a later acquisition. So.
Well, what brought the question up was because you look at all the paperwork we got on it, and it looks like it's going right through where they're at. So.
That's correct. And they have seen those concepts as well. So everything that they're aware of what we are attempting to do. We've had as much dialogue on the front end. They asked that we get the other acquisitions done and come back with a more final proposal, basically, on what we would like them, what arrangements we would like to see happen, and we would continue the conversations there. So.
Okay, thank you, Sam.
Anyone else?
Chairman, it looks like Alderman Pickering was.
Yeah. Alderman Pickering, you have some?
Nope, just scratching my eye.
Okay.
Sorry. Chairman, I might add that so far the public has been incredibly positive about this project. I think that they will be happy to see it happen.
Yeah. Okay, roll call, please.
Alderman Iverson,
Yes.
O'Kane,
Yes.
Pickering,
Yes.
Troya,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Streeving,
Yes,
4,
Yes.
7 yes.
7 yes, thank you. 10D is an ordinance approving the purchase of real property for the William Street realignment project. Need a motion to put that on the table, please.
Alderman
So moved.
Streben make the motion.
Troy, a second.
Okay. Did get a pretty good drawing of what the proposed layout is, so anything to add, Engineer Cole?
Not at this time. We will, as these acquisitions take place, we'll continue to finalize and refine the design, and be, moving forward. So,
Alderman or Vice Mayor Iverson.
Yes, I know this is contingent on a lot of things, but does Sam have a projected date when they might be starting some of this?
I don't know that I would say I have a date at this point. I think it's probably unrealistic that this would be a 2021 project at this point, as we still have acquisition to do and final design. But if all goes well, it should be a 2022 project. And the timing of that, we'll have to kind of coordinate that with anything going on by the Carl project, so we don't basically cause too much inconvenience for any traffic reroutes. So that's the ballpark time frame that we've got in mind at this point.
Thank you.
And on the one picture, if you flip that 180 degrees, it'll be the actual way it looks, I believe. Okay, roll call, please.
Chairman, it looks like
I'm sorry, I didn't see. Alderman O'Kane.
Yeah, just a quick question. So Madison should be done before you start on that, so we don't lose 2 streets at once?
Yeah. I don't know that it will. I'm not sure exactly how the timing will work out on those at this point. It's kind of going to be whichever one gets to the finish line first is probably going to be the one that gets built first. We don't want, so we're gonna play that by ear, but we are conscious of the fact that we don't want both of those shut down simultaneously.
I agree.
Yes, so it may, that depending on the timing, that could push this one a little farther back, but we're hopeful that it won't.
Okay.
So,
Thank you.
I don't see any more hands. Roll call, please.
Alderman O'Kane,
Yes.
Pickering,
Yes.
Troya,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Streeving,
Yes,
Iverson,
Yes.
4,
Yes,
7 yes.
7 yes, thank you. 10E, items information. Carl?
I don't have anything for DATS. H&L landfill, I got an email about 2 weeks ago. That's still in the process of being confirmed by the Illinois EPA. So that's all we're holding up on there. Project updates, street department's out still cutting some trees, doing a lot of tree cutting for demolition purposes. Of course, we've had, like I said, last week, we had a couple little incidents, so spread a little bit of salt here and there, but our salt stock is, the building's full out there, so we're good there. We do continue to sweep as long as there's no snow in the gutter lines. We've been down around Lincoln Park again. Grant Street was pretty bad with leaves from blowing around, but other than that, that's about all we've got going on right now.
Okay, how's the pump station project on Vermillion?
Sam could probably better answer that than myself.
Yeah, so far things are progressing quite well. The bridge that will support the sewer, the two piers are under construction. They actually, if you can imagine being a underwater diver today, there was a gentleman who had to go mount some supports underwater today to some of the piers. So things are moving along well, and nothing to lead us to believe that the project's not going to get done on time. And we are actually slated to open bids for the roadway portion of the project on the 15th. So we will find out who our prospective contractor is and what our prospective budget is for that project on the 15th. So.
Okay. Any questions? Okay. Thank you, everyone. Okay, moving on to item number 11, closed session. There is no need for a closed session. Item 13, items of information. Okay. Item 14, committee members' comments. Oh, Alderman O'Kane.
Just next month, our committee, can we get an update on inspections and who's running the department and how we're doing with the, I still call it night court, but how everything is working with the pandemic and everything, just so have a realistic idea of what's going to be happening, because the spring's coming and that's when you really start looking at things. Just give us an update on how it is next Public Works meeting.
Alderman O'Kane, I can give you a brief update now if that'd be helpful as well. So right now, the way we have it is temporarily, the gentlemen who make up our inspections division are reporting to Carl. He's overseeing them directly. Of course, if they need anything, they're always able to work with me as well. Also, you should know that we have had our first couple of interviews for Corporation Council. We have at least one candidate so far that's really good, that I'm excited about. We're interviewing two more on Friday that I think also look very good on paper. And so it is my hope that I will be able to recommend to you someone on the 17th. And if not, then certainly the first Tuesday in February, who will then be able to resume, hopefully within 30 days, to accept the position and then resume supervision with a little support from Carl during the transition. Okay,
well, I've always wanted somebody besides the city attorney overseeing inspections, because he can slow or speed up things, where I'd like to have somebody else pushing that department, but we'll see how it keeps working.
You know, we were able to start making some good progress with Mr. Mockbee, and then COVID hit, and then we got about 5 or 6 months behind in our court cases. We are catching up. Just so you'll know, court has resumed. I'm sorry, I forgot to mention that, Alderman. Court has resumed, and so we are slowly trotting through and trying to get caught up.
Okay, and then as I brought up before, we've got certain rules that we're kind of ignoring, looking the other way. When garbage is set out, the toter's not put back and stuff like that. Just, I want to know in the future how we're moving to take care of that kind of problems.
Well, it's never that we're ignoring stuff, because when our team knows that something is going wrong, that they address it. The problem is catching the people doing it. Carl and the guys have been troubleshooting. I know Carl has been going out to locations that you all have given him addresses for to confront the folks about it and to address those issues. And I also believe that the inspectors have come up with a couple of ideas that might help us as well too, but we're still working through those things.
Yeah, I'm still looking at a lot of cars parked in backyards and not titled or don't have active plates on them and stuff like that, that I would like to get rid of in my area of town.
Have you provided a list of those to the inspectors?
How many pages you want?
Well, then I would encourage you to forward that to Carl as well. That way he can maybe follow up with them on.
One of the big problems is a lot of them are on private property, and we have a tendency not to want to do anything with them, but when there's 3 and 4 cars on them in the backyard or something like that. There's got to be some kind of ordinance against that.
Well, the problem is legally, we cannot go on private property, so unless one of the neighbors allows us to get a vantage point where we can verify that they are not titled, then it makes it difficult.
Well, but they're parked in grass and everything else, but I don't want to argue it. It's just, that's the way it is, and it doesn't seem like we can do anything about it.
Okay.
Anyone else? Okay, having satisfied the agenda, motion for adjournment.
I second.
Okay, all's in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? We are adjourned. Stay safe.
Stay safe,
Thanks,
everybody.
everyone. Appreciate you guys.
Night, everybody.
Safe. Good night.
Be safe. Remember, wear your masks. Social distance.